But to answer your first question, that's a great compliment coming from Kobe. I feel the same way about him. But I think that's what, I guess separates guys like Kobe and I. We're great competitors. Whatever it takes to win. I don't like to lose in anything I do, whether it's off the court or on the court. I hate to lose, and I think that's the way he approaches, life or the game. So, second question. You could say that. I always try to, get my teammates involved early. My first 2 shots, I was wide open, so I took those looks. But other than that, I try to get G down on the post with the mismatches. Get Sully, hump a couple shots, get Jeff going, get Avery going, because I feel like I can always, when I can turn it on and transition, I can score 3 or 4 buckets in a row quickly. So I always want to try to get my teammates open first.
Rondo for 3. No good.
No good.
Celtics lose 107-104. Rondo misses the game-tying 3. This is the Gardner Report, Celtics blog, CLNS radio. Jimmy's back, Rondo's back. Let's do it. He's Jimmy Toscano from Celtics blog. I'm Jared Weiss from CLNS radio. Evans Clinchey is in Nolans. Is that where he is?
I don't know where he is. I think
we have
so.
No idea. We'll have to check on that.
If you know where he is,
hi, Evans.
let us know.
Hi, Rondo. He's back.
Hi, Rondo.
Jimmy's back just in time to catch the return of Rajon Rondo.
Rondo's return is the second best return tonight.
That's the main headline story.
Yeah.
Front page of the Herald. Jimmy Toscano returns
Herald,
to the
Globe,
Garden.
Metro.
Comcast Sportsnet, NewEngland.com.
All of it.
Okay, let's get right into it.
Go.
Rajon Rondo gets a pretty much wide open 3 to try to send it to overtime, and he misses. And besides that one little explosion, he didn't really do much scoring tonight. He was rusty. He was pretty rusty.
I don't know. Depends. What quarter are we talking about? The second quarter, like you said, he looked great. I don't really think you can go into this one expecting the world out of Rondo. He had those 8 points in the second quarter. I thought he looked really good that quarter. The first quarter, obviously, he's just getting back on the court first time all season. He's going to be a little rusty. But the second quarter, I thought he came out there. He was making good passes. He was finishing at the rim. He was doing his flashy moves. He had 2 really nice moves. The first basket that he scored was really nice. His token behind the back pass, fake pass.
The Rondo.
Exactly, the Rondo. And then he had that other one under Marshall, I believe it was, for another.
Which I thought was like Gary Payton-esque. Gary Payton, one of the masters of the point guard post-up game. That was incredible. Right. The way he backs him down, does the full kind of spinning fake.
Yeah, he got him.
Gervin-esque finger roll. Yeah, that was pretty special.
That was I think that was like the peak of his performance at that point, because the second half it seemed like he tailed off a little bit. Especially in the fourth quarter, obviously. The Celtics were up 8 points with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and with him in the game, and they lost. They stopped scoring. So, I think obviously that's a problem, but I'm not going to go into this. I'm not going to say that he had a bad game. I think he played on par with my expectations. Like I said, he had sort of like highs and lows in this one, and unfortunately, the low happened to be in the end of the fourth quarter when they really could have used him.
And defense was an issue, and I think that's the thing we'd expect to be an issue.
Yeah, we saw the back tap that we always see even when he's 100% healthy.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was conditioning related. That was Kendall Marshall and Rajon Rondo's personally related.
And then they scored right away.
And I will be hammering that point a lot this year. That's my least favorite thing about Rajon Rondo. You guys are going to love it. But Kendall Marshall, a guy that he went up against a lot and Pressey went up against a lot, he is one of the biggest storylines in all of basketball right now. Guy couldn't play ever since he got into the league. He pretty much hasn't been able to play. And then he comes to the Lakers and has been absolutely dominant. Tonight he hits what turned out to be the game-winning 3. Yeah. He had 17 points and 19 points and 14 turnovers, 14 assists and 7 turnovers, which is a lot. Yeah, but Kendall Marshall had a fantastic game. A lot of guys stepped up. Ryan Kelly, who none of us had seen play before tonight. That was phenomenal. He literally had a career high in every single statistical category.
Yeah, he more than doubled his career high in points tonight. He never had double-digit points until tonight. He had 20 points tonight, which is maybe we'll talk about him later.
And he scored throughout the game too.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Those guys all performed throughout the game.
Absolutely, and Marshall. You talked about Marshall. You talked about was it Johnson, excuse me. I mean, those guys hit big shots down the stretch there. I mean, that 11-0 run to end the game. They each,
Wes Johnson winning that tip on the second chance, which was the thing that basically won the game.
Right, absolutely. I mean, those guys just hit the big shots when they need them. These are guys that they don't play that much. I mean, you're talking about Manny Harris. He's the guy they grabbed from the D League.
Who I thought played in the NFL. I guess I got that wrong.
He may have. He may have just gotten released and signed with the NBA today. I don't know, but he hit a big three down the stretch. And those are the plays that, you were hoping the Celtics would make something like that. Bradley shoots 5 for 20 tonight, and it's just those type of shots. If one of those shots goes a different way down the stretch, the Celtics might have won that game. And it was just, I think this one really got away from them. They should have won this game. You're playing against a Lakers team that's without so many players, and they aren't that strong to begin with. And this is a game that they should have won.
Well, Bradley and Green combined for 9 for 32. That's kind of a disaster.
That's terrible.
But Kelly Olynyk had probably his best performance of his career with the Celtics.
100%.
He scores a career-high 25 points, and he got 6 assists.
25 points on 11 of 17. That's efficient. That's good shooting. You know what I mean?
And it was everywhere.
Too.
It was all over the court.
Right, absolutely. And honestly, that's what I think Brad Stevens has been trying to get him to do, is to shoot more and to feel more confident. I think Olynyk hit a couple of shots early in the game, and he kept that playing time, and he kept Humphries on the bench, and he was getting more confident as the game went on. And even when you make a nice pass, that boosts your confidence. So that makes you feel like, okay, like I'm seeing the floor, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And he was just feeling it, and it was good. And I wish the ball maybe went to him at the end of the game, as opposed to those other guys, Rondo or Bradley, or guys that were colder from the field.
And that play was not designed for Rondo to get that shot. They kind of got lucky with that one.
It was open, though. You can't say no to it, right?
Wide open three to try to tie a game. That's the best opportunity you could get.
Right.
Yeah.
That was like the Celtics left the Lakers open for threes. They weren't closing in on any of those shots, but they hit them.
That was a problem tonight, closing on open three-point shooters. That was ugly. But Phil Pressey, he deserves a very strong mention.
Absolutely.
He's had 2 straight games where he's gotten significant minutes. He had 10 assists in the first one, 9 tonight. And he
could have had more.
He gave, I think it was Olynyk, a wide-open shot that should have been that 10th assist that Olynyk missed.
Yeah.
But another very good game from Pressey. He is a point guard that's in control, even though he's only played probably less than like 400 minutes, probably like 200 minutes in his entire career. And Brad Stevens gave him credit for dramatically pushing the tempo of this team. They took 101 shots the other night, 99 tonight. Yeah. They're putting up 80s Celtics type of shooting numbers. Yeah.
They need to maximize their possessions. They're not a team that's going to shoot a high percentage, I don't think. You know what I mean? So maximize your possessions. Do what is it? Grinnell State, the college team that they put up like 100 3-pointers a game. I mean, don't go that crazy, but
let's only hope they could beat Grinnell State.
Right, but no, I think Pressey. I mean, he's clearly a pass first guard, and he sees the floor so well. I mean, some of the passes that he made tonight. He had a bounce pass. I think it was almost from half court.
Magic Johnson style.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Gerald Wall. Was it Gerald Wallace?
I thought it was Olynyk.
It might have been Olynyk, but
whatever. The video of it's playing right now, but we're not looking at it, so the viewer will know. Yeah.
Okay, great pass. Yeah. And then he had another one to Olynyk. He drove to the hoop, threw it behind his shoulder to Olynyk, who just missed the layup, and somebody else ended up scoring it. So he didn't get the assist there. Mm-hmm. But that's just an example of just his court vision. Even when he's not looking, you just feel like he knows where they're going to be. Almost like Rondo, obviously not quite, but
maybe more Jason Williams than Rondo.
And what did he shoot tonight? I mean,
2 for 5. 2 for 5.
I mean, he's not a scorer. We know that.
Well, all he did was take threes tonight.
Right, he's not a scorer. I mean, that's the knock on him, is that he can't shoot. But he didn't hurt them offensively tonight, with his shot. But if he can see the floor and be a playmaker, and like you said, push the tempo and get get the ball down the court and find guys in transition. I mean, that's the type of play they want, right? I mean, they want guys in transition, and that's how Rondo's going to do it too. So it's good if they can have the backup play in a similar way as Rondo.
Jared Sullinger told me before the game that he doesn't want to get 20-20 games anymore, so that the media will just bother Rondo and not talk to him. Is that why he was so kind of a ghost act tonight?
Had to be. Yeah. Didn't want the attention after the game. No, I don't think so. I mean, it's one of those things where, I mean, let's be honest, 25-20 is kind of a fluke thing. I mean, when you think about the players who've actually done it.
And he's going up against Pau Gasol tonight, who was phenomenal.
Who was great, you're right. And it's one of those things with Sullinger. He's the type of player that I think he lets the game come to him. If the offense is going to go through him, great. He's not going to demand the ball. Hopefully he's not gonna turn into one of those players that forces shots. I know sometimes he takes the three that maybe we don't want, but he's just a guy that's gonna like be down low, pick up the trash, do the dirty work, and if his numbers add up at the end of the game because of it, then that's just the cherry on top. But I mean, he's so effective even when he's not filling up the box score. I mean, he does so many things just being on the court where he's effective. All
right, well, let's finish this with Rondo. Hear more from him. That entire press conference was just gold with Rondo
gold,
tonight.
1 for 1 as the captain.
Yep. Not bad.
In terms of interviews.
Yeah. All right, well, let's take a look.
Well, it means I have to talk to you guys every day, I guess. It's not a big deal. I've been the point guard for this team, since I've been here. So I've pretty much considered myself the captain or one of the leaders. It's always been 4 or 5 voices, including Doc in the past. But I take full responsibility of what happens here on out as far as the team goes. And like I said, it's nothing new. I think I was pretty much a born leader, and I'm ready to accept the role fully, responsibly on my own.